So I was on my way home from Minneapolis Airport, traveling down I-94, coming around a little bit of a bend. I didn't see the initial. The after effect was a van kind of spinning around and coming to a stop. It was pretty evident she hit the construction barrier head on. There was a lot of construction workers on the side of the road. You know, everybody was kind of like, what just happened? The lady that had come running up with me was a nurse. So we got the driver. You could see she was in a lot of pain. We started checking with the kids that were in the back. It got not overwhelming in the moment, but it was just a lot going on. There was a lot of glass, there was a lot of stuff, there was fluid coming out of the van. All the while, there were two kids. There were two kids that were unconscious in the middle seats. I think that was the hardest part. One was a baby in a car seat, and another that was in a child seat. Both were strapped in, both unconscious. I remember the nurse saying, "Don't touch the kids that were unconscious." The other two in the back were screaming hysterically. I can't imagine what they had just gone through. I can't imagine the mother, who was fairly delirious. We were trying to keep her talking. We started trying to get them out of the one side. The door was jammed, pretty beat up. We tried to take a crowbar to it, couldn't get it open. Ended up taking them out through the window. All the while, you know, at that point, 10 minutes seemed like an hour waiting for first responders. So the girls had calmed down a little bit. They were worried about their mom, worried about the other kids in the van, but we just tried to keep them calm and talk to them. Tried to keep them calm on the side of the road. We found out in talking to them that their dad was actually out in front of them somewhere. So we ended up getting the number and calling him to have him come back to let him know that the family had been in an accident. There was another vehicle involved in the accident, so we checked on her to make sure she was okay. She had hit her head, but she was in okay state. Trying to keep everybody calm to the situation, waiting for the police officers to show up. When the State Patrol showed up, they showed up in force, which was great. I think there were 5 to 10 squads there pretty quickly. I asked if there was anything else needed from me. I went over and talked to the girls for a little bit longer, and then I just faded out. 2 girls, once their dad showed up, he was able to help out. I remember him parking on the other side of the road and then running across traffic, as any father would, not knowing what's going on, but it was a lot of chaos in the moment. What's tough for me is there's so many people that helped out that day, and I appreciate, you know, everything, but there's so many people that jumped in. You know, I mentioned the nurse. She jumped right in and to try and help the lady. If everybody comes together and jumps in those situations, people help. There's a lot of good that you can do. The first responders are the big ones for me. Those guys are volunteers. I think them guys showing up the way they did was awesome. The State Patrol for showing up as fast as they did. There was like 3 of us, I think, that went running up, you know, and the nurse, and then there was the gentleman in the semi got out really fast, you know, and we went running up. There wasn't a lot that we could do in the moment, but trying to calm the situation, get the girls out. And all the while, I think the nurse, you know, she spent a lot of time with the mother, and I think that probably helped a lot too.